And we are not back again.
We're
We're
so not
last.
back.
We're last actually in the NFC West, but let's talk about it.
Oh man.
um, yeah. It's been a great, not really, a very great 9 weeks of football. You know what I'm saying? It's been like such a good thing where like you think things are going right, and no, the Cardinals are number one at 5-4. Then the Rams and 49ers respectively at 4-4, and then us at the bottom 4-5.
Yeah, and this week's
Um,
roundup, thankfully, just because it's absolute shit, is gonna be short because Niners are on bye, and if you want to catch our thoughts on the Seahawks Rams video, then you can tune in on that one. Um, do you want to just talk about the Rams first, really quick? Who they got up next?
Yeah, because Seahawks, we don't have anything up next, so we have a bye, so we have to go and win the bye, which we're not going to lose the bye
No, we're
at
gonna
this
lose the
point.
bye. I don't
Yeah,
have
but
any faith.
let's talk who's number one. I want to talk about the Cardinals first, if we can. So Cardinals fans, I hate y'all. Always will. uh, and I hate that y'all are on top of the NFC West. Come fight me about it.
I will fight. I will lose. Uh, you know that meme of what's his face from South Park where he's like, "I didn't hear no bell." That'd be me.
Oh yeah, I ain't hear no bell yet. I felt that one.
Dude, I just anytime I try to talk up the Seahawks, I feel like that's just what I look like. Just I feel like I'm being abused by this team right now, man. That's the only way of describing it.
Oh man, so yeah, we had no for sure, man, because the so like for instance, like the Cardinals, they won against the Bears.
Duh Bears.
The Bears, y'all don't know that one. Come on, 29-9. Shane Waldron is not doing the Bears any favors. They're 4-4. 0-4, by the way, away, which is, and then the Cardinals are 3-2 at home. So they've actually been winning at home, unlike us. So, Kyler Murray, you did not score a touchdown, or you not score, but you didn't throw a touchdown, nor did you throw a interception. Only 154 yards passing, but hey, James Conner with his 107, and then you got Amari DeMarcado. And Trey Benson being serviceable, running backs behind him, though they each have a pair of touchdowns and a modest amount of yards, for a total of 213 yards rushing with 3 total touchdowns. One from Amari, one from Trey Benson, and Trey McBride. Surprisingly enough, Trey McBride can run, y'all.
Dude,
So
that defense, that Cardinals defense had 6 sacks. Like they
yeah,
kept them in check. I think that's
Buda
where.
Baker being Buda Baker, even though rumors have it that Cardinals are going to trade Buda Baker, which that's weird because they're 5-4 and they're on top of the NFC West right now. I think they're not going to trade anybody. If anything, they'll say like, you know what? How can we make ourselves better? They might trade for somebody. So we'll see. But I've only heard rumors on Buda Baker being like someone that they can trade. So I highly doubt that. That's if they stayed. If they were like constantly losing, I think they might have traded Buda Baker, but now he's not. Go Huskies. Kyler
Speaking of
Murray.
Huskies, speaking of
Yeah,
Huskies, Roma Odunze, I think he had his coming out game, 104 yards on 5 receptions, no touchdowns, but
that's
Caleb didn't throw a
something.
single touchdown, but had his first 100-yard game. So go
At,
dogs.
at the very least, I do want Rome to have a very successful. If anything, I want to see the Bears just go off and actually click with all those weapons they have. Like you're telling me, you got DeAndre Swift at running back. You got Caleb Williams. He can kind of run, but he's not like he's no Lamar. But you got Rome Odunze. You got Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and it's like, come on, like
Swift
come
in
on,
the
you.
pass game, Everett as well.
And then y'all said Shane Waldron though, send us, man, just send us on to the championship, and he's like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, they're probably gonna. Dennis Allen got fired. Matt Eberflus is very close to being the next one, and that is dangerous, but it is a bed that the front office of the Bears made by not firing Eberflus sooner.
Yeah,
Because
I've heard a lot of people calling for Eberflus's name. Even some of the people I watch that make their own analysis on the Bears, they were even saying like, "We know why this is happening." And I'm like, "Damn."
It's gonna be a dangerous situation because you could put Caleb Williams in the same kind of situation that you put Bryce Young, right? Where he's
I
gonna have
wouldn't.
three.
That doesn't mean you stay with the same head coach though,
No,
mind you,
no, but
because
okay, yeah, that's fair. I think the situation was cooked before we even got to this point.
I feel like they should have got rid of him like before the season even
Yeah.
started though. That's yeah, like you were mentioning, you said earlier, like he should have not even been here in the first place. But like someone said, I don't know if if he's like going to the owner's room and giving them a cup of coffee like first thing every morning or something. I don't know what this man's doing, but he's holding on to that job. He said every week I'm getting that check every Tuesday alongside these players.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. Is basically.
Basically, and unfortunately that's not enough. The Chicago Bears couldn't get the win. Of course, Cardinals, and otherwise Cardinals is a force to be reckoned with. And then I'm already I told you I'm hesitant to now even face them because their defense is defensing, if you will. Kazir White with a nice tackle for loss and a half sack. I mean, I don't know what else to say. LJ Collier is over there.
He got a sack.
He got a sack, man. Oh, half a sack, but even still, and he got a tackle for loss. So that sucks. I hope it's not an issue where like all of a sudden AJ Collier is gonna like have a breakout season, but he's not on the Seahawks, so it works out, right? So regardless, Cardinals fans, you are up top. You are number one. And did we ever look up what their next game is?
They got the
by any
Jets
chance?
next.
So unless the NFL script writers are going to like just let the Jets win, I feel like the Cardinals should get that. I think that's going to be a fun game to watch, in my opinion.
I think it'll be
And
a
not-
defensive game for sure.
Again, because like, that was such a unwatchable
That Jets game
game.
was tough for like a long stretch of it until that
Yes.
second half.
Yes. So don't let Aaron Rodgers get in his bag. Because once he comes out, that's a win for him. It just depends on what Kyler Murray is going to give you, in that game. Dangerous with that James Conner. Like you can run with either or, and they have three other running backs they could run with. DJ Dallas is in there. He only got one carry though. So like, behind all of them, but that's it. Like, hey, Cardinals said they came to play, and they're on if my readings are correct here, they're on a 3-win streak right now. So go figure.
And so number 2 up in the division, we got the Rams.
Rams.
Who they got? Yeah, for sure.
Terrible game for the Seahawks. Bad offensive play and otherwise, just to sum that up. But any other thoughts on that game?
No, I mean if you want to, like you said, if you want to see our thoughts, we laid them out bare on in the other video, so go check that out. But the Rams do have the Dolphins up next. Dolphins got Tua back. All of a sudden, the entire offense exists again, as you would expect for a good quarterback to come, when a great quarterback comes back in. Who do you got in that game?
I'm gonna give it to. I think it's just one of those things with the Dolphins having their scheme. Like that's their scheme when they have Tua in, because the offense does not work without Tua. So if they can protect Tua, he doesn't get hit in the head again. Please. I think that win goes out to the Dolphins over the Rams, and I think the Rams will go and lose that one. Because at the end of the day, the Rams are not a complete team either. Although I can tell you that with that loss that we had against them, we're not a complete team either. We're definitely rebuilding. I think some people, I'm not going to say that's you or me, but some people that are Seahawks fans were probably thinking, oh, yeah, we're going to the playoffs. We're going to have a great year. And I'm like, your expectations, like the growing pains, like, we still got John Schneider up in there. Drafting, and I'm not saying he has full reins. I hope he doesn't have full reins on that. Hopefully he talks with McDonald on like players they want to get and stuff, which I believe they have.
Yeah.
But
Nobody has full reins unless you got one of them fuckhead owners like Carolina does.
Carolina or the Cowboys, which hey, they took a L, but the Cowboys, with
I
Jerry
will
Jones.
say, we didn't talk about this in the other video. Gino
up?
took a lot of. Gino's body language wasn't great on the sideline and stuff like that. He made a lot of mistakes. He didn't show the kind of body language that I'd like. I guess I don't even, to be honest, I say that, but I don't know what kind of body language I'd like. I would like my quarterback to not be making those kind of mistakes. But at least he's not Dak Prescott on the side where it looks like he's saying we fucking suck on the sidelines.
Yeah, I mean, as a former player, there have been times where you do say like, "Man, we just fucking suck," you know what I'm saying?
But
But like,
that's the
it's
quarterback.
one of those. I know that's your quarterback saying that. Don't they? That's between Dak and the Cowboys because
Keep that behind
Cowboys
closed
fans,
doors.
if you're actually watching this, you know, if you're a Cowboys fan, you need to go and see what your
Aaron
team's
Rodgers
up
knows
to.
better than saying we fucking suck on the sideline, bro. Come on.
Yo, so but yeah, with Gino, he at least commented on. Actually, it's funny you say that. So he definitely did say that one. We said this in the other video, but he took the blame. He put the blame on himself for the offense, and he also said that from the last game, he's like, my body language wasn't. I wasn't controlling myself when reacting to certain
Yeah.
things, and he's you know, work on that to be better for the team and stuff like that. But it's like, no, I mean, you're human though, Gino. Like you're gonna have your frustrations, and you've been with the team long enough to like you deserve to have like a couple meltdowns. You know,
Yeah.
it's okay. Get
And
it out because if you have frustrations, get it out to the team, the offensive coordinator, whoever it needs to go to. But like some got it. Like the defense, I know
Jaron Reed
they.
and Derek Hall did it last week, right? Like you gotta let it
Yeah,
out sometimes.
I think the defense had a kumbaya moment. They came together. I believe I read that somewhere that they actually had like a whole meeting. Like the
That's
defense
what
side
like
had
when
a
that
meeting.
happened, everybody was blowing it out of proportion. I was like, this is good. This is a vet talking to a young player and getting shit right. And I think that was the eye opening moment for that unit. I wish the fucking offense opens their eyes, but I'm not.
Basically.
I'm not gonna get too heated about that anymore.
And there's nothing to talk about. The loss is a loss. We are now, you know, Rams are 4-4. They're second in the division. We're 4-5, and we're at the bottom of the division. And honestly, I did say that like, you might as well enjoy being at number one while we could before in our past NFC roundups and or NFC West roundups and all that type of stuff. So, otherwise, all we have left is the good old fashioned 49ers at
Fuck 'em.
third. Good old fashioned 49ers, they got the dub against the Cowboys. I mean, come on. Unless you had anything else to say about that game besides the fact that, like, man, they had Dak's number, though. That's
Well,
all.
I mean, that was last week too, anyways. So
That's
this
true.
this week they're on
That-
bye. So
that's right. That's right. They're on bye, but they had their game with the Cowboys. They gave them a loss, and Cowboys got a loss again. That's why it felt like it was all the same. Like Cowboys losing
sometimes we
either
just
way.
want to relive the moment. But they got Tampa
yeah.
Bay up next week. Tampa Bay is putting up a fight right now against the Chiefs. They're down a touchdown in Chiefs red zone or Chiefs half the field as we speak. But they're not a pushover team.
Oh, they will fight. Yeah,
they will
Tampa
fight.
Bay fight. I think the only thing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is their head coach and time management and stuff like that. Otherwise, like it's one of those things where like it can go either way. But I think the 49ers, if they are the more complete team, they'll beat the Bucks. I mean, it's the 49ers. They could pull something out their ass.
And I think CMC is slated to come back against the Bucks, which sucks because then the following week we
all
play.
I'm gonna say is, you know, they basically, I don't know what CMC's is doing off the field for his issue. It just really feels like they just gave him a break so that they can have him for a quick set of games, if that makes sense. Because once he gets out there,
Load manage him a little.
huh?
Load manage him a little.
Yeah, I think you're getting to a point with CMC where you have to start managing his reps. You can't just put him out there and he can be he's not a workhorse. He's honestly almost like a glass cannon at this point. Like he can give you really good explosive plays at the cost of you don't know if that Achilles heel or his ACL is going to go, or if it just gets tight, like you can tell it's gonna snap or pop, and he has to stop, which is what he did before. So I'm not.
Which is what I think
sure.
the treatment he's been getting, right? Because he's been having calf issues, but that usually comes from Achilles issues and that kind of thing as well. So I don't know. Maybe it was a real injury, but I think you're right. They were probably trying to load manage him a little.
Basically, like, hey, just step back. Let's give your leg a rest. We'll put you on IR and stuff like that. And you know they're 4-4 now. I feel like some things it's also because everyone else is starting to get injured too. This is I'll say this for the 49ers. This is a crucial year for them because after this year they have to pay Brock Purdy. So that's one part. So it's either you literally you have no choice but Super Bowl or bust with the 49ers, and I'm not sure how that's going in terms of like in terms of like that going for the foreseeable future, especially like as we go in the season. I think they'll make the playoffs. I personally think they will. I don't know about all the way to the Super Bowl though. That's just my opinion.
I think it's a Lions Super Bowl to lose, man. Aiden Hutchinson the Lions' ticket to the Super Bowl to lose. Because that Aiden Hutchinson injury is killer, but that offense, man.
That offense, they said we can make up for it. Just keep scoring. Don't worry about it. Maybe our defense won't be the same, but just keep scoring. It won't matter. I mean, that's kind of the thing for any offense. Just keep scoring. They can't do anything if you keep scoring.
Any final thoughts here on the NFC West before we round up?
Overall, I don't know. Right now, we're at that point where everyone's like around the half. We're either at the halfway. Or excuse me. Everyone's either 500, below 500, or right above 500. We literally have a balance right now.
It's perfectly distributed.
It's a perfect balance, like as Thanos once said. So, I want to see how far the Cardinals go. I'm just curious at what they're doing. They're 5-4. And they've even beaten the 49ers once. So like if they beat them again, can they take over the whole like NFC West? I mean, I believe the Cardinals and Rams faced each other yet
I don't think they have
this season, because that's like the other part is like
how's
the Cardinals
September 15th. Cardinals won 41-10. Fuck me up.
But that was like early in the season, so I think like after the kinks and stuff and teams know who they are, let's see what the second round of games do.
December
right?
29th, so they got a ways.
They got a ways, so that's a whole lot of time for injuries to kick in, if that. I'm not trying to ask for any injuries on everyone's teams. So otherwise, that's it. I'm trying to see how far the Cardinals will go. I feel like the 49ers will get something together and at least make it be second place, if not first. So what about you on the NFC West?
I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think the Cardinals are the most exciting team to watch. I think they've just been the most dynamic. I mean, yeah, I think the other teams, Rams and 49ers, are kind of trending upwards right now in terms of getting players back. But the Cardinals are starting to separate themselves a little bit in their play. And so I think it'll be interesting to see. Okay.
Yeah, I do understand that one too. So right now, everyone's just here, and it's about where do we go from this halfway point at this point in the season. So yeah, I got nothing else though.
All right,
I wish we were number one.
Yeah, and so we're heading into a bye week. We'll probably lose that too, but thanks again for tuning in to Miss Reps. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you again next time.
Peace.